Jake Paul dominates Tyron Woodley by a split decision victory, and this was an entertaining fight. Let's talk about it in this video. King Jr. got another video for y'all. I do apologize. I've been dropping the videos for a few days. Had to take care of some business, but we back at it again. I clearly watched this fight last night between Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley. Jake Paul did what Jake Paul do. He looked at absolutely pretty good. He looks like any typical average boxer. He's following the basic. He's rolling punches. He's doing all that good stuff. But Jake Paul, people gotta realize that Jake Paul is not a actual, like, he wants to take the sport of boxing seriously, but he's not ready for the big dogs yet. People are mad that Jake Paul isn't fighting the top boxers or whatever or not, so on and so forth. But I want to get into this fight. Tyron Woodley, he just need to stick to MMA. I think he's probably retired from MMA or whatever or not, because he's pretty old. And, this is not his forte. Boxing is not his forte. And he said he did box a while back, but that was a while back ago. It's clear to see that Tyron Woodley wanted to do some MMA moves. There was a punch that Tyron Woodley legitimately almost threw a Superman punch. I forgot what round that was. He was trying to throw a Superman punch. And there was some times that Tyron Woodley really wanted to grab Jake Paul, but you can't grab Jake Paul because this is a boxing match. This ain't MMA to do all the grabbing and headlocks and so on and so forth. And Jake Paul was going to win this fight because, guys, when MMA fighters comes to boxing and when boxing goes to MMA, it's a completely different realm, And I already had Jake Paul winning this fight. I didn't think he was going to knock out Tyron Woodley because Tyron Woodley does have a very good chin. Jake Paul is doing stuff big than boxing. He built his fan base off YouTube, and now he wants to take the sport of boxing seriously. And a lot of these average boxers today, these superstar boxers, wants to get mad at Jake Paul. Because of the stuff he's doing. Oh, he's fighting nobody. He's fighting MMA fighters and so on and so forth. Well, let me ask you guys a question. When you start out boxing, nobody knows who your first 10 or 12 opponents is, okay? You're not going to make money off the rip, okay? Now, if you want to make money off the rip, just like Jake Paul is doing, as a boxer, you need to build your brand now. You need to get your name out there now. You need to start making business decisions. You need to start building your brand from the ground up, so everybody can get interested in your name, so everybody can have faith and believe in you that you can do this, and then you can get this certain type of money like Jake Paul. It makes me sick that these boxers are getting mad at Jake Paul because he's doing a good business move. Is the question is Jake Paul really ruining the sport of boxing? No. What ruins the sport of boxing is not fighting the best of the best. That's what ruins the sport of boxing. And so Jake Paul is fighting these guys he want to fight, but he's getting a big payday. Logan Paul, not even a boxer, by him having a super big brand on his name, he made $30 million fighting Floyd Mayweather. So I can't get mad for what Jake Paul is doing. He's doing a very smart thing by fighting guys that he know he can get a victory and that he know he can put on a show for his fan base. I respect Jake Paul for that. So he doesn't have to fight an actual boxer to prove anything because he's making good money. Now, down the line, Jake Paul will probably fight a boxer, but Jake Paul isn't ready. Jake Paul cannot fight a real boxer because he will get tore up. Do you think they're going to put him in the ring against an Arthur Beterbiev? No. Do you think they could put him in the ring against Chavez Jr.? Maybe. Chavez Jr. has fell off the map super badly. But Jake Paul isn't worried about fighting the actual boxer. He's worrying about impressing the fans and impressing for entertainment. Now it's gonna be a point down the line that everybody gonna see Jake Paul. You on the winning streak. Maybe you should get in the ring with an actual boxer. Who knows? Jake Paul might get in the ring with an actual boxer. But I'm not gonna discredit this man for what he's doing on the business side of boxing, because people can take the route Jake Paul is taking. If you want the money, if you want superstardom, you gotta build your brand like Jake Paul is doing. He started on YouTube. Do something to expand your brand. And I cannot knock Jake Paul for what he's doing. He's calling out these MMA guys, because he knows he can win. And he knows that he can either have a chance of getting a knockout or getting a split decision or unanimous decision victory. But I'm not going to knock Jake Paul for what he's doing. But I know that if he gets in the ring with an average boxer, it's not going to go well. It's going to be tough. Do I think that he needs a little bit more work? Absolutely. If you're going to take the sport of boxing very seriously, you need to train harder, work harder, put in the work harder, because it's going to get harder. But Jake Paul, says that he wants Canelo. And people and sports writers like Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless, whatever, they say he could be ready for Canelo in 4 years. No, that's a whole different category. Jake Paul gonna stay away from Canelo Alvarez. And this is, like I said before, Jake Paul doesn't need to fight an average boxer right now. He still got a lot to learn before he can get up in the rankings, in my opinion. And I just hope that Jake Paul, just keep making these regular boxers mad. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. Eventually, in my opinion, he's going to fight an average boxer. But Jake Paul is just focused on the entertainment of boxing. And I knew Tyron Woodley wasn't going to win this fight. I had Jake Paul winning because Tyron Woodley is mainly an MMA fighter. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. This is your boy King Jr. I'm out of here. Peace.